Hey, it's Carly Rae here, and welcome to my Hey, it's Carly Rae book club on YouTube. Today I'm super excited because not only is it a virtual book review day, but this book got so many requests from you guys for me to review. Like, I got hundreds of write-ins from you guys telling me you wanted to know my thoughts on this book. So I thought, what better way to talk to you about this book than doing a virtual book review? But before I reveal what book I am going to be talking about on my channel, you guys need to hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell to be alerted of all the new videos on my channel. So, what book are we going to be talking about on Hey, it's Carly Rae today? It is One by One by Ruth Ware. Here is a close-up of this cover. Now, when I first saw the cover of this book, I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to check this book out because this is a book that like gets you into like the winter spirit. And I was like, I need to check it out. And this was my first book by Ruth Ware, so I wasn't 100% sure what to think. But after hundreds of you guys were writing in telling me to read this book, this was the first book that I read, and it is on my October TBR list. Now, before we get started, if you guys have your copy of this book, go and grab it and then come back because we're going to be talking about all things one by one. But before we get started and talking about it, you guys need to know this is a spoiler-free video. So if you haven't read it, don't worry about it. We're just going to be chilling and talking about one by one. So let's get started. So what is One by One about? Okay, well, the first thing you need to know is this is a thriller novel, and I'm talking like good thriller novel that will keep you up at night. It did me. I read this book in like a day and a half, and in between I couldn't sleep at all. I had to finish this book. So that's how I knew like this was a definite 5 out of 5 star, and I'm going to tell you guys why this needs to be on your TBR list at number 1. Okay, so yes, it's a thriller novel, so what is it about? Well, the first thing you need to know about this book is it centers around a group of like billionaire people. They are high-tech like CEO group, and they're going to the French Alps after renting a chalet to talk about their company. And their company is called Snoop. So what is Snoop? Snoop is kind of like a Pandora-esque inspired app. You get to go on there, you can listen to music, but the twist in Snoop is like celebrities have it, and you can go and like find like Beyonce, and you guys can listen like whatever she's listening to in that moment, you can listen to as well. You just gotta Snoop, and everybody has like Snoop subscribers. So like the more subscribers you have, the more popular you are. People are loving your music and everything like that. So yes, I want Snoop. Let's like get it on your phone like right now, because I would definitely check out what Beyonce is listening to at this moment. Who else would? I would. So that is what the Snoop app is, and it's like taken off, and they are like billionaires, and they are going to the chalet to like talk about the company, because the company, some people want to sell it off and then other people don't. Another thing you need to know about this book is it centers around 2 characters. It centers around the character of Liz and the character of Erin. So Liz, we're going to start talking with her. She is like the only one who does not want to go to this ski chalet. She does not want to be there. And Topher is the like CEO along with Eva. And then there's everybody else in the company that is going to this like elite chalet in the French Alps. That is awesome. I want to go there. But Liz is like, I really don't want to be here. And she like has this mystery about her. Like you don't know essentially why she doesn't want to be there. And then you get to learn, is she like a part of the company? Like where does she fit into this? But the thing like you know at the beginning of the book is she doesn't want to be there, and then as the like story goes on, you get to find out why. I'm not going to tell you. You guys are going to have to check out this book to find out. So then we meet Erin, and Erin is like another mysterious character. Like she has a reason like where she is, like she has nightmares, and she's like trying to put her past behind her. So she is the chalet girl. She takes care of the chalet, and she cleans up the chalet, and she is friends with the chef Danny. I love Danny as a character, by the way. He was awesome. Great addition to this book. But now we're going to dive into like the thriller part of this book, and the reason why it's called One by One. So the Snoop group is at the chalet, and basically it's like a clue book. Like one by one, these characters starting to get like killed off. Not one of the characters, not 2 of the characters, 3 of the characters get killed off in this book, and you don't see it coming like at all. So without giving anything away, And by the way, there is more than 3 characters that gets killed off in this book, but you're going to have to, again, check out this book to find out what I'm talking about. But anyway, as these like characters one by one start getting like murdered in this chalet, the twist is there's been a huge avalanche. So everybody is stuck in the chalet with the murderer and nobody knows who the murderer is. And Erin, we get to like get taken through like her perspective. She's trying to like figure it out along with Danny, and so's Liz. Like everybody's like super freaked out. Like they are in the chalet with somebody that is killing them off, and we get to see like how they're killing them off, and then little by little you kind of get to see like why, and you don't get to see why until like towards the end of the book. But so yeah, as the story goes on, like that's like the mystery, and then you literally don't know who is behind any of this until like 3/4 of the way through, and then we find out not only who the murderer is, but we get to get taken through one of the main characters' perspectives as they're like scratching and like fighting for their life to like get away from the killer. So it was like intense, and it was an amazing book because everything that Ruth Ware wrote in this book, like you don't know like what's happening. And what I loved is if you are like I love reading thrillers. So if you guys do read a lot of thrillers, like the twists in this book like keep you guessing. Like at the beginning of the book, like there's like this hint about a character who isn't like part of the group that was there, that nobody knew their name. So like that's like a huge extra twist, like who is behind this. Like you literally don't know until the very end. So one by one is definitely a Hey It's Carly Rae recommendation that you guys need to add to your TBR list like right now. This is why it's on my October TBR, and this is why like I had to do my first virtual book review of October featuring this book from my October TBR because it was awesome and I needed to talk to you guys about it because yeah, it was amazing. So definitely recommend checking this book out. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm trying to think like if I should tell you guys any more, but I really want you guys to read it and I don't want to spoil it in this video. So that's all I'm essentially going to tell you is it takes place around this like big high-tech CEO group of people who basically are caught in the chalet basically with a murderer and they keep getting killed off. I will not tell you who gets killed off, who survives. That's something you guys will have to find out when you read this book. Now, another thing that was happening when I was telling you guys I was reading this is I got so many questions about this book, like about what it was about, how I need to talk about it, and a lot of you guys have specific questions. So we're going to do today's Q&A with 6 questions that I got from Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and I'm going to answer them for you. So let's get started. Okay, the first question I got was from Instagram from Hazel. You wanted to know who was my favorite character. All right, well, my favorite character, I'm going to say there's 2. Danny and Tiger. I like loved them. I loved their personalities. Danny brought like a really fun twist to the book, and then so did Tiger. Like they're totally different characters, but I really loved their personalities. So they were definitely my favorite characters. Next up is Zachary from Facebook. Hey Zachary, you wanted to know how good was this thriller? Okay, well basically if you watch my virtual book review, you will know like this thriller is amazing. Like compared to any others I've read this year, this one I definitely recommend because yeah, it kept me up at night and I like didn't know like anything until like it happened. So definitely this thriller novel is like a 10 out of 5, like 100 out of 5. Like you need to check it out. Next up is Amy from Instagram. You said, what was your favorite chapter? Okay, well, I can't remember what my favorite chapter is, but one of my favorite parts is, I'm going to have to say at the beginning, like when you first dive in through Erin's point of view. So I'm going to say probably like chapter 2, maybe that is, where you get to kind of like see around the chalet, you get to like feel the environment. I really, really liked that because it was easy for me to picture where this book was going to take place. And that's something I really appreciated because some books, like they'll start off and you have no idea what's going on until like chapter 10. And I really don't like that. But one by one, like you know what's going on at like the very beginning. So yeah, definitely like her first chapter, we kind of get a sense of like where this like Snoop group of CEO people are going to be staying. I really, really enjoyed that. Kitty from Instagram. Hey Kitty, you wanted to know what was the atmosphere like in the book. The atmosphere, okay, if you're talking about like how the cover is like the French Alps, the atmosphere was really, really good. Like it came out like at a great time because this is a perfect book for winter. Like you can actually feel the chill, the cold in the air, like how Ruth Ware wrote this book. Like I was cold while I read it. Like I could like feel the like snow. You could feel like the avalanche, feel it. Amazing. So the atmosphere in the book was great. Now, as far as like the atmosphere with like the characters too, it was good too because there was like a lot of tension, mystery, intrigue, heart racing scenes. So everything about the atmosphere in this book is like 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, yes. Karen from Facebook, you said, what's the deal with the title? Does it tie into the book? Yes, the title ties in to this book perfectly. Like even the characters say like one by one, and as you're reading it, like I said, like one by one, these people get killed. So like it ties into the book amazing. And yeah, I really, really love the title of this book. It's probably like the book of the year for like the title with the story. Like it fits like a key in a lock, like it fits perfectly. So yeah, it ties in awesome. So that concludes today's Q&A session of One by One by Ruth Ware. This book, definitely recommend checking out. You guys will not be disappointed. Again, here is a close-up look of One by One. If you guys see this in the store, definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. I cannot tell you how amazing this thriller novel is. And I read a lot of thriller novels, but this one is definitely like top of my list now. I recommend reading it. You definitely need to check it out. So if you guys want to see more on my review of One by One, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyrae.com. Now, if you want to stay up to date on all things books, you guys need to check out my social media. So if you guys have an Instagram, you guys can follow me at HeyitsCarlyrae. If you guys have a Twitter, you guys can follow me at HeyitsCarlyrae1. If you guys have a Tumblr, you guys can follow me, HeyitsCarlyrae. And if you guys have a Pinterest, you guys can follow me at HeyitsCarlyrae. Last but not least, if you guys have a Facebook, you guys can check out HeyitsCarlyrae, and then you can also join my HeyitsCarlyrae book club group on Facebook. How awesome is that? I post on there, tons of people talk about different books, and I love chatting and talking with you guys. So if you guys are on Facebook, like HeyitsCarlyrae, and then go over and join my group, HeyitsCarlyrae Book Club. I'd love to have you guys in it. So that concludes today's virtual book review of One by One. Definitely check it out. I'm so excited to do this review because I love this book, and I'm super excited for all of you guys to read about it, and I'm super excited to hear what you guys have to think about it. So if you guys have read this book, comment below and let me know. If you haven't read it yet, comment and tell me like what you're most excited to read about. I hope you guys enjoyed today's virtual book review, and I really hope you guys have an awesome day because I'm having an awesome day because I'm on here talking with you guys about this amazing book. So I'd love to hear from you guys, and I hope you have an awesome day.